Hello, I'm Tony Alfonso.
And I'm Braden Harms, and this is our toast engraver. And so if we look at the basic mechanical design of what we have here, so this is of course the initial mock-up. So right now what we have is a vertical Z-axis that is able to push the soldering iron into the toast. And eventually we'll have this on a full slider and then a radial component down there. Unfortunately, certain materials did not get here in time that would allow us to do that. So this is currently what we have as our mock-up. And then look at the hardware side. We currently just have a stepper, which we can now control with a push of a button. So we do have servo control. And then once we actually have the full hardware of this, we'll be able to see what it fully looks like. And so briefly just kind of going over the functionality here is the soldering iron will plunge in and out of the bread, which will allow it to get cooked. Unfortunately, bread is mostly water, so it has a high heat capacity, so it makes it difficult to burn.
Dude, why isn't this working like the freaking first anyways?
I don't know. But yeah, you can see that the initial char spots are there for being able to char the bread. And so here we can actually see the vertical slide capabilities of it. And once again, we'll put this on a belt with the stepper and have it all integrated. So looking at our code here, so there's not much to it right now. Basically, we're just showing motor functionality. Eventually, though, once we are able to integrate with the actual mechanical design, we can increase the complexity of this, in which we will take Cartesian coordinates, convert them to polar, and then move our motors accordingly to do that. But once again, to do so, we need the physical geometry of the system, so we haven't done that yet. So yeah, right here, we just kind of set up our initial variables, and then kind of set up our hardware side of things. And then here we have a toggle for the stepper, and then here we have the sweep for the servo motor. And then Tony will tell you about our physical plans going forward.
So for our physical plans, what we're going to have is we're going to have a polar axis on the bottom, so a plate that will spin like this. And that will allow us to get components of the Y direction. And we will have this slide along like this with a belt system that those are the set components that did not come in the belt system. And the stepper motor has an attachment that we can use, and it'll slide back and forth like so, based on the belt system and how much the stepper motor steps. And that's really about it. With our Z-axis, we will just fine-tune some of that control. And let's grab that piece of bread and re-show this a little bit better here. If we can go ahead and do that. So as you can see, it engraves the bread and pulls it out so that you can put in patterns. It works better sometimes when it's been cleaned more often. If we show it like so, you can see how it does take a little bit of time, but it can remove decent swaths of bread, like so.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see all of the toast marks from this. We've got to put this out real quick because I don't want our fire alarms to go off. Is there anything that we need to discuss?
And so looking at kind of further improvements of our initial prototypes, currently this can bind, which is a current issue. So improving that, we also need to improve our soldering iron mount. And then we need to mock up the rest of the physical build and then create a more condensed and consolidated circuitry as well. And so that is it. Thank you.